The most extreme and exciting portion of your prep time is cracking those pistachios one by one. Not really, but I do have a machine that does this much faster. I don't know, it's about 4'7" and runs on plant fuel and good intentions. Normally, if I'm cracking pistachios or edamame, she comes in full charge. Dad, out of the way, get in the chopper. Okay, Arnold, calm down. Starting with butter beans as our protein option, which you could certainly choose another. Chickpeas, cannellini, black beans, you know, whatever bean you're thinking probably works. Although I chose butter beans because there's that special taste to them that just meshes well with this whole thing. On the other hand, if you don't want a bean, you could use cauliflower, broccoli, tofu, mushrooms. As always, this is all about the sauce. This one's quick, yet still keeping that powerful taste. What makes this quick is that most curries are made from fresh and dry ingredients, but in their whole form, typically. Does that make sense? So instead of crushed or ground dry ingredients, it would be like a whole stick of cinnamon or a couple sprigs of thyme, but dried out. We're not even using whole tomatoes here. We're using tomato paste, which you could swap for like tomato puree for a less sweet but milder flavor. If you're allergic to tomatoes, you could puree roasted red bell peppers for a different change in terms of the taste, but still a really good one. Coconut cream is being used to thicken this masterpiece, but you could use something like cashew cream and accomplish that same thing. Again here, I do want to note that cashew cream is going to come with a less sweetness in terms of being compared to the coconut cream. I want to take a minute here and pause to talk about how this recipe comes with a very large dynamic flavor blend. You're going from this overall savory taste with a deep but quite noticeable undertone of sweetness. Sandwiched between all that is this beautiful, acidic, and tangy tastiness. I don't want to forget there's also a little spice that you could take away if you want. The flavors are like the sun just being served to you on a slice of bread. Anyway, getting back on track, we have our cilantro avocado sauce. This sauce is thick, almost like a dip would be, but very borderline pourable. but it's not. I'm thinking the word cream probably works well. There's two swaps I see here that wouldn't quite break the recipe's goodness. The basil you could leave out, or you could add some parsley, which won't have the same flavor, but would still give a really good outcome. And for the pistachios, you can go with like pine nuts or macadamias, or again, if you had to, you could leave them out. I wouldn't recommend it though, if you could get them. I would recommend it though, if you can't get them because they're too expensive. Sometimes pistachios, man. In my opinion, they make a big difference, but again, they wouldn't break it. This is also one of those recipes that refrigerates well. Like if you want that whole ballroom dance feeling happening in your mouth with every bite, you should let it sit overnight. That also rhymes. This recipe is just a harmonious blend of spices and herbs, delivering just a burst of flavor in every bite. That is also restaurant quality description. This full recipe can be found linked in the description or at my website, makeitdairyfree.com. And don't forget to check out my membership program on YouTube or any of my other socials. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, believe in good. Peace.